Cartoon platformers, Zelda rip-offs and obscure Japanese peripherals. These are my pickups from the London gaming market, and I'm going to tell you a lot more about them right now. As you may have learned from my last video, I visited the London gaming market and picked up some real bargains, but I thought I would withhold the identity of these items until this very video and take a look at them a bit more closely. I was a massive fan of the Tiny Toon Adventures cartoon series when I was young, so I just had to pick up an NTSC boxed copy of Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Busts Loose for the Super Nintendo. This Konami platformer was a game I somehow missed out on when I was young, so this is the first time I've properly laid eyes on it, and from my short time playing I was pleasantly surprised by how it doesn't feel like your typical licensed platformer. Playing as Buster Bunny, no relation, you must dash, jump, drop kick and climb your way through six levels of colour cartoon platforming fun. It's a very good looking game with some great sprites that really bring out the feel of the cartoon to the console. Playing on normal difficulty, I admittedly found it quite difficult, with some quick reflexes needed to avoid certain hazards, while having to dropkick enemies was a mechanic I had to get used to, as it's quite different from jumping on enemies' heads like in almost every platformer ever. There's a few mini games and set pieces to break up the monotony, such as a odd jump rope diversion halfway through an early level. These strange events fit well with the wacky nature of the cartoon and set this apart from other platformers of the time. I picked up a boxed American copy of the game for £10, which I've seen on eBay for around a minimum of £20. That is a £10 saving, which is none too shabby. Next up is a game I had seen a lot of when I was young, but never owned or played it myself. Battle of Olympus is a long forgotten NES adventure developed by Imagineer. It looks and plays very much like The Legend of Zelda 2 Adventure of Link, although this quest is based around Greek myth, including the likes of Zeus, Hades and other gods and monsters. Players are given freedom to explore Greece, but you'll need to be prepared with the right weapons and items before you can progress past certain areas. You'll fight tons of nasty beasts, face hideous bosses, and probably die a hell of a lot, because I found this game pretty damn hard, and particularly unfair at times. Still, I found it an enjoyable romp, and it's a forgotten NES title that is certainly better than many other games on the system. This unboxed American NTSC copy came to £6, and I've seen similar copies on eBay coming to over double the amount, from £14 upwards including postage. Picking up a copy for £8 less is certainly nothing to be sniffed at. Colin and James from the Let's Talk Retro YouTube channel had some great items on their very own stall, including this rather interesting peripheral for the Nintendo 64. Created by Sata and made specifically for the Japanese only game Tetris 64, this strange contraption plugs into the N64 controller and clips onto your ear, with the purpose of taking your pulse while you play Tetris and amending the difficulty depending on how relaxed or stressed you are. I have never seen one of these items in the flesh, so I just had to pick it up. This item is so unique and interesting that I will be demonstrating it in more depth for next week's video, so stay tuned. Until then, I paid £30 for this boxed and practically mint condition unit, but I've never seen these on eBay for less than £50, so that's a massive £20 saving on a very rare and niche item. Thanks to the guys at Let's Talk Retro for putting this item on sale, and you should probably check out their channel while you're at it because it's a very good stuff, especially if you love retro games. So that was my pickups from the London gaming market. I'm very happy with my purchases and I'll be playing a lot more of them. Next time around I'll be taking a close look at Tetris 64 and the Nintendo 64 biosensor. So if you want to see that video, you should probably subscribe to this very channel. If you want to join the always growing Hoof Troop community, you can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook as Pug Hoof Gaming, and I'd really appreciate it if you liked and shared this video on social media, as it really helps me out. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, keep gaming positive.